Hey, how's it going, my fellow freelancers? My name is Morgan, and welcome to another Anthem news video. What I have for you all today is some information regarding the endgame difficulty options, and then a few comments from the developers on this particular subject as well, so let's go ahead and get started. For those of you that are not aware, there are 6 total difficulties inside of Anthem. When you first start, you will have access to easy, normal, and hard, but as you progress through the game and you hit maximum level, which at the time of launch will be pilot level 30, you will unlock 3 additional difficulty options called Grandmaster 1, Grandmaster 2, and Grandmaster 3, and these will all have recommended minimum gear requirements. This image here was originally shared on IGN first and then posted over on the Anthem subreddit, but we can learn a few things about the Grandmaster 3 difficulty. This here shows us that the recommended gear rarity for Grandmaster 3 will be Legendary, which is the highest possible rarity in the game, and going by this setup, it's rather safe to assume that Grandmaster 1 will have a recommended gear rarity of Epic, and Grandmaster 2 will have a rarity requirement of Masterwork, which is obviously one step below Legendary. We can also learn 2 additional details about Grandmaster 3 through this image. We can see that Grandmaster 3 difficulty has an increased chance of Masterwork gear drops by 250%, but it is unclear if this will affect just the Masterwork gear drops or if all rarities up to and including Legendary will have slightly increased drop rates on these higher difficulty options. We can also see here that the enemy's damage and health will be increased by 3,100% on Grandmaster 3. That's some insane scaling there. There's going to be some enemies with a ton of health doing a ton of damage, and I know a lot of people are kind of concerned seeing these massive numbers like that. While the enemy health numbers and all that are drastically increased, and it seems like the more difficult content will just equal out to bullet sponge enemies, we did get a little bit of extra detail thanks to some devs over on the subreddit, so I'm going to go ahead and read their comments. They give us a little bit more clarity on how the enemies behave as you progress. The first one says, so one thing I think that Ben has mentioned before is that the creature AI, behaviors, attack types, etc. are all managed by the rank of the creature and not by the difficulty setting. The challenge will also depend on the encounter type and number of other creatures you have to deal with that flank or rush you. This means base troopers or the Ursics won't have access to some of the advanced stuff in their kit, but the elite, legendary, and ancient variants will bust out some new stuff. So the difficulty options only affect the health and damage. It is the rank of the creature as you play that will have the new moves and different behaviors and stuff, and overall a better AI. So this is pretty standard, I guess, for the looter genre. You have your regular enemies, you have your elites, your legendaries, and then your big enemies, which in Anthem's case is the ancients. Moving on to the second developer comment, they said, these types of behaviors are typically handled by the rank of the creature rather than their level, so elite or legendary might have different abilities or behaviors. I can also say that in strongholds, I have definitely been flanked and surprised by some Scar troopers or a particularly rowdy Scar sniper trying to line up a shot. Hell, just yesterday, a Scar heavy was lobbing some insane globs of fire at me behind cover in some stronghold testing we were doing. I know this has been a pretty big concern, and I know we haven't gotten everything right, but I think folks will really enjoy the minute-to-minute gameplay and combat. If not, then we'll try to make it better. This right here is why I have so much faith in BioWare. They're not afraid to admit that, hey, this might not be perfect, you guys might not like it, but if you don't, we will make it better. That is a huge plus, and I have massive respect for BioWare for coming out and saying that they will openly listen to community feedback. But let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments section below. I'm a big fan of the more Diablo style difficulty options, which is what they're going with the Grandmaster difficulties. I really can't wait to get in and try this out, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comments section below. With that being said, that brings us to the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy it or you found it helpful, please do consider hitting the like button. It really does help my channel out a great deal, and I do appreciate all of the support. And if you all happen to be new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest in Anthem news, guides, and more. Once again, my name is Morgan, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.